What about you is statistically rare? I've survived several devastating heart attacks. Ones with death rates around 99%. Jesus. I hope you are well now less than 3. Are you my grandfather? That tough old guy has survived multiple heart attacks. He died at the Christmas dinner table, so goes the family legend, so grandma calls 911 but while she's on the phone he wakes back up and grandma says, "Never mind, looks like he's fine," and hangs up the phone. During lunch we were all saying, "Grandpa, you have to go to the and he just replied, "I've got an appointment on Tuesday, I'll get checked then." I have no idea how he's still alive. But I'm grateful. I always scored in the 99th percentile on standardized testing in school. But now I'm working a very average wage government job, so lots of good it did. I would always get 99th percentile or 100% score on the language portions of standardized tests, like the SAT, ACT, and whatever state tests we had to do. But I always scored lowest 5th percent for math. Lowest 5th. In a state with 70% graduation rate. I was actually contacted by the College Board SAT folks because they thought there had been a mistake. How can someone get a perfect English SAT score and go full dum-dum and get nearly every answer wrong on the math? They let me take it again at no charge, thinking it was a glitch. Another perfect score for reading and writing, and another astoundingly awful math score. Family, friends, teachers, no one knew whether to congratulate me for my amazing language skills or to send me to summer school for remedial math. Probably the latter, honestly. I'm surprised they released me from the K-12 system, probably shouldn't have. I have O-negative blood that has never been exposed to the cytomegalovirus, making it safe for preemies. I am such a sap, I got all misty-eyed when the Red Cross guy told me that my blood was very special. How common is the cytomegalovirus? That's cool. I don't have O but apparently my blood type is very rare, less than 1% for my nationality. I'm a Texan and I've never ridden a gun or fired a horse. Hole up. Wait a second there bucko. I can run really well on all fours? I did it all the time as a kid, and as 27-year-old mom, I still do it to freak my daughter out. Do you put your hair over your face and pretend to walk out of the TV as well? I have cervical ribs. When the doc saw it he got all nerdy and got his partner because he'd never seen them in real life before. Read it as pertaining to the cervix and was absolutely terrified. I have a friend who had to have his surgically removed because they were causing problems. I once had a patient with only 4 lumbar vertebrae. Then immediately after, I had a patient with 6 lumbar vertebrae. It confused the shit out of me. None of my coworkers had seen either before. I quit hard drugs and make a decent living. Awesome. That takes amazing resilience. Go you smiley face. My eyes are different colors. Left eye is turquoise and my right eye is dark blue. Heterochromia is pretty. Oh blood. If I ever need a blood transfusion, I might be fucked. If anyone else needs one, I got you. Actually I think you'd be surprised. O is almost always in stock at the hospital because it's what they use when they don't know the patient's blood type, especially if it's an emergency. So it's almost guaranteed that they'll have some somewhere. Edit, you also better be donating. I have an allergy to sunlight. It's not serious or anything, I can go outside, but I need really high SPF or I'll get rashes all over my skin along with a terrible sunburn. And I am physically unable to tan, forever pale, I'm basically a vampire lol. I have red hair but no one else in my family does. We traced it back to some distant relatives, and I look a ton like my dad so it wasn't the mailman. Unless your dad was the mailman and then later married your mom. Worth investigating. I can do this thing where I can make my entire body tingle just by activating some muscles that are a part of my abdomen and back. No idea what it is. I found a few people online who can do it. Holy shit, I'm not alone. My earlobes don't match. My right is attached and my left is unattached. Never noticed anyone else to also experience this. I am a recovering alcoholic. 5.5 years sober. Every day I wake up with the intention to stay sober. I'm left-handed. Not sure how rare it is now, but back in 1990s my parents were divorced and I, the daughter, was given full legal custody to my father. I am the first daughter in that court to be given full custody to the father. Edit, I guess I worded it strange, let me try again. My father was awarded full legal custody of the daughter, me age 4, by the court. How did this happen? The only way I could see this going on was if you were already an independent adult and your dad was old so he wasn't able to care for himself. Edit, I'm an idiot. My eyes are pure black, not dark brown, black. That must be trippy. My height puts me in the top 1% of women globally. This made my day. I'm a woman and I'm 6 feet tall. I have red hair and blue eyes. Seems more common in the Western world, but globally it is pretty rare. Most rare combination of hair, eye colors IIRC. Less than 2% of people have that combination. All do you one better. I have both of those, and am left-handed. I have been pregnant twice, both times with naturally occurring triplets. Both accidents from failed birth control, condoms, depot, same partner too, but the eggs dropping are my fault. I just get too excited, I guess. Unfortunately, I only have one living child. She'll be too soon. I'm sorry for your loss. That sucks so hard. My last name. Only 6 people in the world have that last name. It is very easy to find me on Google. Is it Blashevik? I'm transgender and haven't killed myself yet. I'm happy you haven't less than 3. The yet concerns me though. I'm a veteran and haven't killed myself yet either. Dude, funny shit to find relatable, but here we are, unsuicided, standing out and shit. Keep going, the fight is hard, but worth it. Can't relate to your exact issues, but if you ever need to just say some shit to someone, I'm here. Green eyes is pretty rare apparently. I'm the 1% that gets the rarest side effects from some medications. Also, I have an extra tooth. I'm in the 98th percentile for dick size. I'm also MTF trans, so big load of good that did me. When hers is bigger than yours. I have green eyes. Only 2% of humans have green eyes. Sorry, 5% hazel-eyed people. I also have 3 kidneys. Well, statistically, the average for one person is 1 breast and 1 testicle, so I'm not like the other humans. I have autism, but I'm in the normal school programs, average honor roll, and am on student council. I have a much lesser version, but at the same time I worked very hard to get past most of my issues, and today you couldn't tell I had it if I didn't tell you. I have hazel eyes to 5%. I'm immune to opioids. I've been prescribed them numerous times for post-operative pain management, but always complained to my doctors about them not working and still in a considerable amount of pain. I was also given them at high doses before surgeries with little to no results, which shook doctors. I've never abused opioids previously, plus I was strongly against taking them due to its addictive nature before finding out they're duds to me. You can just imagine how fun surgeries or recoveries are. Good thing I rarely have surgeries in addition to a relatively high pain tolerance. Phew. Edit, typo X, additional detail for clarification. I was a teen mom and 12 years later still happily married to my baby daddy. I have leftover fish gills on both ears, preauricular sinus. I'm immune to poison ivy. I can't say it's 100% immunity, could just be a really high tolerance since I've never tested it to an extreme by rubbing it all over myself, but I've brushed against it many times with no issues. I have better hearing than most people. Especially the high frequencies. I get headaches all the time because of how noisy people and things are. I usually have to wear earplugs to be able to sleep. I also can't yell. I have a small whistle on my keychain in case I need help. I'm in a medical journal for a 1 in 2 million odds type of rare tumor. My surgeon had only seen one once before, and mine was the biggest. Also wasn't caused by hormonal birth control. Almost all hepatocellular adenoma are. Mine was 7 pounds and the size of a dinner plate. So I'm in that medical journal as 16-year-old female back in 2007, and a photo of my butt is potentially in a medical textbook that same year. I developed Henoch-Schönlein purpura and vasculitis secondary to end-stage liver failure. My doctor said it was a textbook case and asked for my permission for a photo. Not sure if it was used or not. If you have a pediatric rheumatology textbook from 2008 or so by Dr. Lauren Packman, let me know. Technically I should have died several times but didn't, and was lucky enough to receive a transplant in 2009. So those are some anomalies. I also moved to Alaska and married an Eskimo. Which sounds ridiculous but is true, haha. Oh, and I'm left-handed and my immediate family is all left-handed as well. I'm a woman and I'm colorblind. It's about a 0.5% chance in women, so 16x rarer than colorblind men. I like to comment on my own posts. I don't have a uvula, it was a casualty of a tonsillectomy a couple years back. I was born legally blind in both eyes, had a retinal detachment at 13, had 4 major eye surgeries in the span of 7 months, surgeries didn't work, and I am now blind in my left eye at 14. Synesthesia. Every few years I find out that something I have isn't the universal experience. Most recently I learned that visual snow isn't universal, most people just see colors without the pixels. I have a small benign brain tumor deep in the center of my brain. Doctors don't know if it's been there my whole life or if it will ever grow. Said lots of people could be walking around with brain tumors and just not know it. I found it by accident. I can wiggle my ears, have a third nipple IDK how rare it is, and my hair is naturally two distinct colors.